In this lecture, I will review the different types of the communication transport medium, and will look into the comparison of fiber optic communication with microwave and satellite communication. After that, I will discuss about the evolution of fiber optic communication system, where various generation of fiber optic communication was put into practice right right from 1980 till to 2005 onwards. Next point, I will discuss about the optical transmission windows. In optical transmission windows, basically we will discuss about the attenuation curve of the glass fiber, with in the in this attenuation curve, attenuation is plotted versus the wavelength at and at different wavelength, the glass fiber offers different attenuation. From that, three windows have been identified which are suitable for communication of signals to the optical fibers, which are centering around 800 nanometer, 1300 nanometer, and 1550 nanometers. So corresponding to these wavelengths, the attenuation which is given by the glass fiber is low, and therefore they can be put into practice for of signal transportation over long distances. After that, I will discuss about the optical network components. Apart from the sources and the photo detectors, along with the fiber, there are few more components which are in use in order to set up a optical network, a huge optical network. These devices are uh, circulators, isolators, multiplexers, optical filters, optical switches, uh, wavelength converters, uh, airbend fiber amplifier, and so on and so forth. So I will give you the brief description about all these network components, how we can build a network using these components. Then I will discuss about the behavior of light by considering three different models to describe the propagation of light and the generation of the uh, the light and reception of the light. These models are ray model, wave model, and quantum model. So on a basic fundamental, uh, we find the ray model very suitable to describe the propagation of light through a fiber, but this ray model is insufficient to completely define the propagation mechanism through the fiber, and therefore we make use of the wave model, where we consider the optical signal as composed of electromagnetic waves, and the propagation of waves through the fiber, and depending upon that, what are the boundary conditions that the that is required to be satisfied within the fiber, that we will discuss based on the wave model. And then quantum model basically consider the light composed of photons, and generation of photons basically, and detection of these photons are helpful in describing the operation of optical sources and optical receivers, optical detectors. So we will discuss about all this in this lecture. So, here is a brief comparison of satellite communication with fiber optic communication, where we see that satellite is point to multi-point technology, whereas fiber optic communication is point to point technology. As far as the bandwidth is concerned, the bandwidth offered by the satellite communication is of the order of few hundred gigahertz, where in case of fiber optic communication, it is of the order of terahertz. So it is comparatively very high. As far as the satellite is concerned, life of the satellite is concerned, it is 7 to 8 years, whereas fiber optic communications, once let down, can keep on operating over a very longer period of time, and therefore having the long life. Fiber optic communications systems are upgradable, whereas the satellite communications, once put into practice, is not upgradable. Okay, so as there is a change in the demand of the traffic, then we have to think of the alternate communication in case of satellite communication, whereas we can upgrade the same fiber optic communication system to handle the change in the traffic. Satellite communication offer the advantage of mobility, whereas in fiber optic communication there is no mobility. Then these are the different generations of fiber optic communication. Tell something about the evolution of fiber optic communication, where first generation of the fiber network were put in practice in around 1975, around the transmission window of 800 nanometer, that is 0.8 micrometer. They were, that time the multimode fiber were used along with indium gallium laser or LED. Then in 1980, second generation of the network were developed, which were based around 1.3 micrometer, that is 1300 nanometer micrometer, and where use of single multimode and single mode fiber both were made, along with indium gallium arsenide phosphorus fabric laser or LED. In 1995, we had third generation of the optical networks based around 155 micrometer, where single mode fiber were used along with indium gallium arsenide phosphorus distributed feedback laser. Around 1999 1990, optical amplifiers were also developed, and those development basically led to the next generation of fiber optic communication, that is fourth generation, around 1996, which was based around 1.55 micrometer, and those were WDM system, where wavelength division multiplexing was used to exploit the huge bandwidth offered by the glass fibers. So then we will discuss all about in this session.